Okay, sir. Shall we start, sir? Hello.
Yeah, we can start, madam, please.
Okay, sir. I will give the introduction, sir. Okay, good evening to one and all. I welcome you all for the today's webinar on new journey of online learning, a roadmap for learners and facilitator. In this pandemic situation, we are fortunate to have this type of events to enhance our knowledge and make use of our time in a productive way. Before starting the session, I would like to introduce our resource person of today's webinar, Dr. Pal Pandian. Dr. Pal has completed his BE from Madurai Kamaraj University, MTech from National Institute of Technology Tiruchi, MBA from Alagappa University, and PhD from Anna University. He has 19 years of experience in academic research and administration. He is an enthusiastic participant at various international and national conferences, seminar, workshops around the globe, and also his research work. He has 30 publications in reputed Scopus UGC recognized peer-reviewed international journals. He has participated in 90 international and national conferences, seminar, workshops, and symposium. He has delivered 25 guest lecturers in various technical and management topics. He is a recipient of 10 esteem awards that includes Best Faculty in Research in Mechanical Engineering, Republic Day Achievers Award in 2018 from Integrated Intelligent Research, Chennai, India, IJST Excellence in Teaching and Research Award in 2017, Best Faculty Award in 2016, and Teacher Achievement Award in 2014. Also, he received Best Paper Presentation Award and Best Poster Award in the international conferences. Currently, Sir is working as a program coordinator in robotics and mechatronics, associate professor of mechanical and automobile engineering in Christ University, Bangalore. He is an active member of the different professional bodies like Indian Institute for Technical Education, Indian Society of System for Science and Engineering, Institute of Engineering. Thank you, sir. I welcome you all for the today's webinar.
Thank you very much for your introduction, madam. Is it audible to you, ma'am?
Sir. Sir, it's clear.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I would like to share my screen now.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Can you see my PPT, madam?
No. Yes, sir. I'm able to see, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your introduction. And I welcome all the participants for today's a wonderful webinar on a new journey on online learning, a roadmap for learners and facilitators. I think today is the first day of a week, and it is a pleasant evening here in Chennai. Today, early morning, it was heavy rain in Chennai. So the climate condition is really very cool. And this is one of the very important webinar for the students and as well as faculty members to know more on online learning and teaching, right? So myself, Dr. Pal Pandian. So I'm the program coordinator for robotics and mechatronics in Christ Dimtube University, right? And we will directly get into the session now. So rightly said by the our madam, now this is a pandemic situation, right? So in this pandemic situation, you people, you would have heard about the following terminologies, either through your friends or through your relatives or on newspaper or internet or from your faculty members. So one is online learning, another one is e-learning, and another one is distance learning. So here all these three things, online learning, e-learning, distance learning, all are one and the same, right? So if you have an internet and if your education, it takes place through online internet education, then it is called online learning. So the word e-learning, So it is mostly used by most of the students community and even faculty community. So E means electronics learning. So here, without the assistance of faculty members, the students themselves, they can log into the internet portal and they can do their courses. For example, there are plenty of MOOC courses available. For example, Coursera, edX.com. So there, MIT. So where you can find thousands of MOOC courses. Here I would like to tell what do you mean by MOOC? MOOC, Massive Open Online Courseware. For example, if you are a mechanical student, if you would like to learn about computer science, or if you would like to learn about artificial intelligence, which is not there in your university syllabus, it is always, you can refer to any one of the online portal of MOOC. You can enroll yourself, and people across the globe, the top-notch universities, they are rolling out different courses. Then you can enroll this course. So whenever you find free time, so during those times, you can go through the content that is given by the e-content developer or the particular MOOC provider. So you can go to the video lectures, you can read the PDF files, sometimes you can refer their PPTs. So during referring all these three different contents, so if you have any doubt, even you can cluster among yourself. For example, there are 10,000 students, those who are enrolled for artificial intelligence. Then all 10,000 students across the globe, you can connect yourself and you can learn by yourself. So that is nothing but e-learning. Okay. So I think you understand what is the meaning of online learning, e-learning, and distance learning. So without much time, then we will go to different types of learning. Now, so here I have given 9 types. Actually, you have more than 1 dozen of types. So we will come to the first one. First type of e-learning, that is electronics learning. One is computer managed learning. So with the help of computers, you will learn all things. Here, computer refers to computer, mobile phones, tab, and laptops. Okay. Then the second one is computer assisted instructions. So some of the courses wherein which you will be assisted by the computers and you will learn the course. And third is very, very important for you people. So I heard that your classes will commence in this week. So I wish you all the very best for your future academic perspectives. So here there are 2 types of learning which are very much important when it comes for online learning. So one is synchronous online learning and second one is asynchronous online learning. So what do you mean by synchronous online learning? It is very simple. Now you are sitting in front of computer or you are sitting in front of the desktop or laptop or in front of the mobile. So whatever I speak or whatever I deliver or whatever I discuss, you are listening. If you have any doubt, you can always ask question to me. Then I can answer your question. So this is called synchronous learning. In synchronous learning, you will have 2-way communication. The teacher will teach, our students will learn. If any student has any doubt, so the students can always ask clarifications when the session is on. So that is called synchronous learning. And there is one interesting statistic. So you cannot sit or you cannot sit continuously and listen to any video lectures in online for more than 25 minutes. So that is the statistics. It is a global statistics. So all synchronous learning, it is always restricted to less than 30 minutes or over and above 5 minutes plus or minus 30 minutes. Then that particular synchronous learning will be an effective learning. Now, coming to the second part of that is the 4th type of e-learning. It is nothing but asynchronous learning. So what do you mean by asynchronous learning? In asynchronous learning, you will not find any teacher. Teacher will not be there. Even instructor will not be there. Teacher will not be there. Guide will not be there. So without the assistance of the teacher, you yourself, if you learn, that is nothing but asynchronous learning. For example, you take one mathematics teacher who comes and talks about Laplace transformation between 9 and 9:30 in the morning, first hour, right? So she will teach only 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, she will give you some assignments, right? She may share some PDF notes, or she may share some video lectures, or she may share some case studies. So you yourself, either individually or as a group, you will join together and you will try to solve those case studies and questions, and you will see the video and you will try to answer the videos, right? So this is called asynchronous online learning. So in asynchronous online learning, it has many advantages. So you need not come and join in time. For example, now we started the session sharp by 5 o'clock. So thanks to the organization and organizing committee member, they are very particular about the timing. But in asynchronous online learning, there is no time bound. For example, the same max teacher, if she comes and teaches between 9 and 9:30, and she asks you to submit the answer for the case study on tomorrow morning, right? So you have the entire 24 hours, right? So at any time of 24 hours, you can sit and you can read and you can study and you can answer that assignment question. So asynchronous learning, it is not exactly what you call synchronous with the synchronous learning, right? Then comes fixed e-learning. So I was talking about MOOC courses, you know, so massive open online courseware. So that comes under fixed e-learning. So there are number of universities starting from Stanford, MIT, Oxford. So they come and they used to give different types of MOOC courses. And they have a very structured program of orienting or even scheduling the particular MOOC courses. So that is called fixed e-learning. Then comes adaptive e-learning. You know, so in this adaptive e-learning, you will learn all things in connection with your subject or course in online. Then comes interactive online learning. So here in interactive online learning, even a video conferencing can be in interactive online learning. And comes individual online learning. So you are not joining as a group like this. So around you have more than 100 people you are joined in my group and you are listening to my lecture. Not like that. Instead of that, you will join as individual and you will learn the particular topic. That is called individual online learning. Then comes collaborative online learning. So you will be sitting in different places across the globe and you will join as a group and you will do learning. Like how do you play games, you know, video games. There are different types of video games and you can join with more than one video game player and you can play the game and you can win the goals. So likewise, we have many types of e-learnings, right? So out of these 9 types, so I am very much interested and it is very much relevant for you is there are 2 types. One is synchronous online learning and another one is asynchronous online learning. These 2 types of e-learnings are very much important for the student community during this pandemic situation. Now, coming to the point, why you need, you know, why a student should be a part of online class during lockdown. See, now we are in lockdown, it is a national lockdown, and we are waiting for the government GO, that is government order, to lift the lockdown and to attend the classes. Now it will take some time, right? So why till that lockdown lifting time should we wait at home? Not required. So this technology, you know, internet, it is a gift, right, for all students and as well as faculty members, especially teaching and learning fraternity. So through internet, you can run a number of online classes and you can even always engage with students 24/7. You can be with student and you can transfer your knowledge to the student community, right? So there are many reasons, you know, but I will list only 7 reasons. Number one and very interesting reason is, so this online competency-based learning. Online learning, it is not simply a generic learning. It is very specific to the competency-based learning, right? And really it creates a high caliber of learning pathway for the future. See, you are exposed to so many new things in online platform, right? That you may not get in your conventional classroom teaching learning. So in conventional classroom teaching learning, teacher will come, you will be inside the class and he will start teaching either by using OHP or PPT or Blackboard, okay? And you will be learning the knowledge. But here, in this online teaching learning environment, so you will be having a high caliber learning. You will be learning new tools, right? You'll be learning new online tools. You will be exposed to the technologies. You can connect with numpty number of things. right? And third main reason is improved attendance. For example, if you take a conventional classroom teaching and learning process, the student has to travel from his home to the college, right? So in between the logistics or travel between home and college, he has to overcome a number of obstacles. And if you take a city like Bangalore, so traffic congestion is it is one of the major problem for not only the public, even for the students. Student also a part of public. So here attendance doesn't matter over here. You need not get struggle to travel, right, for online teaching. Now you can sit at your home or you can sit at your room or PG or hostel, wherever you are. You can just open up your laptop, connect your laptop with the internet, and you can start attending the session. So you will get 100% attendance. Even sometime I have seen some of the student who's in travel, who is in train, who is in bus, who is in car, they are attending the courses. Now, the fourth important thing is trackable learning. So you can track the learning. For example, today, what is the portion it is covered? So whatever you teach in online, all contents are recorded. Suppose today, if you forget to log in and attend the class, or suppose there is no internet connection at your home today, unfortunately, even there is a power cut, no problem. So all this particular content is recorded and it will be in your repository. And your professor will share the video content and you can easily track your learning. Where was the learning curve, which was happened on yesterday? Today, since there was a power failure, you could not attend the class. No problem. That video recording you can go through and you can understand and you can learn the same thing which was taught by the teacher. Then comes high engagement. See here, through online learning, you can talk among yourself. You can make a group of students and you can communicate among yourself. And all students, you have a higher, authority, or you can even ask any doubt to the teacher. So whenever teacher teaches, you can use the chat box and you can always ask questions or clarifications. It means the engagement for students by the teacher, it is very high in online learning. Then comes reduced distractions. So here during class times, so even though you may have a distraction in conventional learning, so if you sit very closer to each other in one bench, so there might be some distractions. But in online learning, you are attending alone. If provided that if you are alone in the room, right? So without any distractions, you can very well attend this online learning. Then comes quick assessment. So at the end of the class, your learning curve will be assessed immediately by the teacher. So these are the 7 reasons why the student should be a part of online classes during lockdown. I think all of you participants, you will appreciate and you will understand the reasons why. Huh? Now, so this online learning, it is like a panacea, right? Panacea for the crisis. That increasingly seen as a new paradigm shift from conventional education, right? Now, so what are the 2 different types of online learning we are going to follow in your class or in your university? Now, in your college, they will definitely follow these 2 types. Number 1 is synchronous learning, and number 2, it is asynchronous learning. I think in synchronous learning, you know very well. Just now we discussed what do you mean by synchronous learning. No? So from this picture, you can understand there are 5 students sitting in different locations. So one is in US, another one is in Africa, another one is in Japan, another one is in Australia. So all these 5 different students, those who are situated in different parts of the world, they can come together and they can sit in one place on a platform and they can go for a learning. So that is called synchronous learning. So in the synchronous learning, teacher will be there, right? So teacher will come, or the trainer will come, or the moderator will come, or the coach will come. Our instructor will come in a real time, right? It is in a real time. And this synchronous learning might be a video conferencing or discussion forum or a community chat or even collaboration or even social learning technologies, right? So the photo, what you see here, one gentleman who is sitting in front of his desktop and he is attending a class. and he is attending a meeting which is shared by 5 more people, and they are in different locations, right? So this happens in real time. So synchronous learning, it happens in real time, and asynchronous learning, it happens at your own phase of time. Okay. Now, so coming to the point. So here you can see different types of gadgets. You can see computer. See here you can see, yeah, computer with a web camera. Or here you have see one more desktop. You have a mobile, and you can see that chatting window. And here another desktop, and you have video, YouTube videos. So all these comes under synchronous interactions. So right now, what exactly the synchronous learning follows? So the live webinars, that is a best example, one of the best example for synchronous learning. As of now, I'm teaching here and you people are attending the webinar, right? So this is one example for synchronous learning. And second one, in-person classroom training. For example, if you would have applied for some internship, now since because of the lockdown, no industry will allow you to enter into the industry and learn some new ideas, new concepts as a part of your internship. Instead, they will share or they will give you a training in a person classroom training. For example, in Cisco platform, you have this option. So you can open up a new personal classroom training and you can train your students. And third one is instant messaging. For example, if some student, if they ask doubt to me by texting the message, either message or WhatsApp or chat. So whenever he asks doubt, I am giving the answer immediately in real time, right? That is called synchronous learning. Then comes the fourth type, virtual instructor training. Some of the synchronous learning, you may not find a person like me sitting in front of the camera. No, you may find some video recording. For example, most of the MOOC courses, massive open online course, that comes under the fourth category. So you will have a virtual instructor. He will appear in front of you in a screen. He will give the instruction and he will teach you and he will take you to the next level of teaching and he will give you the training. Okay, so this is the fourth level. And fifth is called chat rooms. You have many chat rooms. For example, you take Facebook, you can chat among yourself, or even some other social media, you can chat among yourself. So that comes under synchronous learning. So any learning between two people, right? One is one side, another one is another end. So then it is called synchronous learning in real time. Then last one is video conferencing. So video conferencing is another type of a synchronous learning. Now, so what are the advantages of synchronous learning? Number one, interaction. You will have a very good interaction in real time. No? And second one is immediate feedback. Suppose if you have any doubt, you can always ask the teacher, right? So I could not understand. Can you please explain me once again? Then the teacher will reiterate upon the particular process or procedure, right? Then you will have a rich discussion. Your discussion for synchronous learning will be always rich. You will have more discussion through synchronous learning. So then if you have some advantage, obviously you will have some disadvantages also. So number one is scheduled. You must be available for the scheduled time, right? If you are not available for the scheduled time, you will miss the class. Then you have to go for recorded videos, right? Then comes divided attention. Sometime when you attend the synchronous learning, your attention will be divided. See, you may not listen to my speech. You may not listen, looking at my video screen. So instead, some chat messages, it will pop up. So that will divide your attention. It is a cons of the synchronous learning. Then delivery of content. So that is what I said in the beginning. The teacher cannot deliver all points because he or she has only 25 minutes. So the delivery of content must be very precise and it must be very structured. Then only the people or the students can easily understand what the teacher wants to tell. So these are some of the cons of the synchronous learning. I think you understand what exactly the meaning of synchronous learning. Synchronous learning is nothing but a real-time learning. That's it. Okay. Now, coming to the second part of the learning. And before moving to the second part, there are some 10 practices, the teacher or the professor has to follow for effective teaching learning in synchronous learning. Number one, the teacher has to develop a set of rules and expectations beforehand. For example, before start of the class, the teacher has to tell, please mute your mic, please mute your video call. Because when you mute your mic and video call, the streaming will be very good. Otherwise, the streaming will get lag. And if you are unmuting your video, that will disturb the other participants or other learners. So some instruction will be given in the beginning of the class by the teacher, and it is one of the best practices. And second one is opt for stories, an activity instead of text heavy presentation. So instead of, see, you would have seen my PPT. It may not have much of text content. It may not, you may not see any paragraphs, or it is a bunch of paragraphs. No, you can have bulletin points, or you can have some story videos, or you can have some story pictures or pictorial representation. So that will attract the visibility of the learners. And third one, once in 5 minutes, just how I'm asking, are you following? Can you please understand? Do you have any clarification in the particular topic? Likewise, teacher can always refresh once in 5 minutes, because sometimes students may not follow you. Since you are in one side of the computer, students are sitting in another side, so it is very hard to trace whether the students are following your lecture or not. So hence, always you can refresh once in 5 minutes. So you can ask some question, even you can float some quiz. For example, you can open up some chat box and you can open some poll. So for example, how you are teaching one particular topic, then immediately you open up one poll. So you ask your students to answer the poll within 2 minutes. Then students will respond. So from their response, you will come to know how many students are attentive in your class. Okay, so that is very much important, whether the students are following you or not. Then the fourth point is you have to engage students by asking questions. So randomly you can pick some students. Mr. Ramesh, do you understand? Or Mr. Kumaran, can you please explain what is the next step in this procedure? Like that, you can randomly select some students and you can call them by their names and you can ask some questions, right? Then you have to stress the importance of students' participation. See, it is not like a conventional teaching learning. Since it is an online teaching learning, so you are sitting again behind the screen, and the teacher has to make sure whether the students are participating effectively in this online teaching learning. Then after 20 minutes or 25 minutes, so before ending your synchronous learning, before going to your asynchronous mode of learning, please divide the group, right, into a smaller one groups, and you can give the task to the students. For example, you can give one question and you can ask the particular group of students to solve the problem, or to find out the correct solution to the problem, or to find out the answer to the case studies, or you can even give some other collaborative assignments. So that really will help students to follow your synchronous learning. So the synchronous learning has to continue to asynchronous learning. That is very, very important in this online learning. Then comes, you have to fine tune your tone and pace based upon the student's need. The teacher should not rush in delivering the content or delivering the knowledge. So the teacher should, the professor should have a very good tone and pace of the speak, right? And you have to learn as much as possible about the tool. For example, now we are in Zoom, what do you call that? Zoom, right? Or if you are in Google Meet, or if you are in Cisco, the teacher has to learn as much as possible about the online tool platform. I hope in your RR College of Engineering, you'll be using a Microsoft Team. The teacher has to explore more about the online platform tool. Even the student also has to explore more. Where is the chat box? How to control all the buttons? How to raise hand? How to ask questions? How to record the video? So all those things you should explore as much as possible. Then remember, there is a less time, hence less is more, right? Less is more. Whatever you give in a brief, that is treated as a more, right? And you should develop a supplementary online activities to enhance the online experience. So these are some 10 top best practices that any teacher who is into online teaching can always follow, right? So coming to this asynchronous learning. So till now we were in synchronous learning. Now we are moving to the other side of the coin, right? Like asynchronous learning. So here you can see somebody is standing in front of the computer. You have library and you have books. Somebody is reading book. This girl also reading the book, and this gentleman reading some magazine. You have some home. See what your activities. It is outside the online. You know, outside the online, it is nothing but offline learning. So all offline learning is called what? Asynchronous learning. So here in asynchronous learning, you will not have teacher. Professor will not be there in real time. They would have given the task. They would have given the question. They would have given the study material. They would have given the videos. So that you will read, you will study, you will watch, right? In a separate phase. So in which during the process of reading, during the process of studying, during the process of watching the video, your teacher will not be there with you. So depending on your availability of free time, you can go through the content and you can answer the question. So that is nothing but what? Asynchronous learning. In a generic note, I can say all homework, all assignments, that is given to you people by the professor, it is nothing but asynchronous learning. Now, see here, you can see somebody is sitting and watching some video, and she's working on a computer. Somebody's thinking, right? So all this comes under asynchronous learning. So in asynchronous learning, you have high degree of interaction between the participants. There won't be any teacher, there won't be any professor. But among the students yourself, you can always make a team and you can collaborate among yourself and you can find out the solution for the given common problem. Okay, so that is come nothing but asynchronous learning. So how this asynchronous learning takes place? So it takes place in many ways. So here I have given some 6 ways. No? So number 1 is self-guided e-learning courses. It is nothing but MOOC courses, massive open online courseware, right? So through that, you need not wait for any teacher. You can log in and you can download the video or you can stream the video and you can listen to the video content. You can read the PDF, you can read the PPT and you can gain the knowledge. So that is nothing but self-guided e-learning courses. Then comes pre-recorded video lessons or webinars. So some of the webinars you would have seen in YouTube. No? So in most of the webinars that is uploaded in YouTube are pre-recorded sometime. So some teachers, they may not come in live. They would have recorded their presentation and they would have uploaded in YouTube. That is nothing but pre-recorded video lessons that you can watch and you can gather the information and you can write what are the inference you got from this video and you can make a note and you can present to the teacher on next day. Then comes email communication. So email communication, teacher will send a mail. So in that mail, you may contain ebooks or PPT or video lectures. So then you will download everything and you will act accordingly. Then comes demonstration video. See, this demonstration video, I would like to stress a little more upon. See, now we are in pandemic situation. You cannot go to the labs, in real, like in real cases. So hence, your teacher or your department, they might have recorded some videos from the laboratory. For example, you take IC engine, how to start IC engine, how to take readings in IC engine, how to fill up the details in the tabulation, how to solve the problem in IC engine, how to plot the graph for the particular experiment. Everything is video recorded. and they will give you the demonstration in the video. So those things are comes under the category of asynchronous learning, because he is not in live, he is offline, he has recorded the video and he is given to you for learning. Here I said it is an offline, but here you can see that it is online discussion board. For example, you take WhatsApp. In WhatsApp, you can discuss among yourself. It is online, but your teacher will not be a part of the discussion. For example, there are 5 students in one group. For them, the teacher would have given one assignment. You all 5, you can join in one group and you can share the problem and even share the solution. So all 5 can come up with their own ideas. And out of the 5 ideas, which idea is more suitable or viable or economically implementable, that you can select. So that comes under online discussion board, right? And comes online collaborative projects. So here you all students will be joined together. So I was chief guest and judge for evaluating your final online prototypes for IIC, Government of India MHRD sponsored projects rolled out in your RR College of Engineering. Right. So there, I appreciate all students of RR group of institutions. They have done fantastically the online projects. They collaborated themselves, even though out of the pandemic situation, they could collaborate each other and they could teach or they could learn things from each other. So that comes under the category of asynchronous learning. Okay. Now, so these are some of the gadgets or tools that we use in asynchronous learning. Either you will use social media or this WhatsApp group, or you can refer books, or you can cover tables, you can work with the charts, even you can listen to the music and you can answer the question, or you can watch videos. So these are some of the gadgets which normally students will be using in asynchronous learning. Now, so what is the advantages and disadvantages in asynchronous learning? So number 1, flexibility. You can read the content at your own pace, not like now. So if you want to attend this webinar, you must be in online sharp by 5 o'clock. That is not required here. So there is a flexibility. You can watch that recorded video at your own free time. And second one is deep learning. For example, if you read something, if you're not understanding something, you will read once again. Again, if you have some doubt, you will close the book, you will open up the Google and you will search. What is the meaning of this? How it is executed? What is the pros and cons? So likewise, you can have a deep learning. That may not be possible in synchronous learning. In synchronous learning, teacher will come like me. He will sit in front of the computer and he will use the platform. He will teach what she knows. Or she will teach what is important for you. If you have any doubt, you can ask the teacher. Teacher will respond to your queries. And that is the enriched learning. But deep learning means if you want to know very deep about the particular concept in particular vertical, then it is better, it is possible only in asynchronous learning because it is not time bound, right? And the last one is fear distraction. So, right, for example, based on the environmental situation, for example, in your home, there are more people, right? Your relatives or friends, they have come. Then by the time you will not read, by the time you will not study, by the time you will not watch videos. So whenever you find free time with the lesser distractions, then you will start reading, start studying, start watching, right? So these are some of the main pros of asynchronous learning, and it has some cons also. Waiting time. For example, the main disadvantage is waiting time. In asynchronous learning, if you are reading something, if you do not understand the concept, you have to wait for the teacher for the next class. Or if you are texting the doubt to the teacher through either WhatsApp or if you are sending an email, then you have to wait for the reply. But this may not happen in the synchronous learning. In synchronous learning through online classroom, when you have any doubt, immediately you will get answer from the teacher. Okay. Then comes isolation. You feel alone. You feel alone and you feel some monotonous, right? In asynchronous learning. So that is a disadvantage of this asynchronous learning. Now, so this is very important for all students. So like ethics here, it is you have Netiquettes guidance for online students. So I have given some guidelines. You please kindly go through this. So like 7 colors in rainbow, I have given 7 guidelines as a Netiquettes guidelines. Number 1, be respectful. So whenever you ask any doubt to the teacher, either unmuting your mic and asking question, or by typing in chat box, if you are raising your question, please be respectful. You type, dear professor, may I know the next step, or may I know the reason why did we arrive this solution or conclusion, right? So even though if you are chatting with your friends, student friends, please be respectful, because the entire online teaching learning process, it is getting recorded. It is viewed by across the people in the internet. And second one, please be careful with humors and sarcasms, because hurting somebody, please don't do it. Even in the name of humor, please don't hurt people in online platform. And I was telling, if you have any doubt, please type text in chat box. But you please remember, grammar, spelling is very, very important. Okay. Now, fourth one, so don't post or share, even privately, inappropriate material, because even chat also getting recorded in your online teaching. Please remember, please don't abuse the chat box. Keep on sending messages, texting messages, unwanted messages. So please don't do that. And before type, please think twice. And please be kind and professional, because all you students are professional students. I hope you will be following these Netiquette guidelines. So other than this 7, you have 3 more. Please stay on topic. Please ask questions only relevant to the topic of the discussion, right? My dear friends, please remember, nothing is private in online. The moment when you come in online, it becomes public. Nothing is private. Please watch your words, right? And please submit your assignments very carefully. Submit your assignments very carefully, because sometimes once if it is fetched in online, you cannot take back. So that is the main disadvantage in online platform. So these are some Netiquette guidelines. So I request the students should follow for better teaching learning process. So here, I would like to give some the popular digital education tool for teaching learning. So I think you would have heard about this Edmodo, a very famous TEDx. Like TEDx, you have TED ED. ED means education. X means anything, but ED here is education. So you would have heard about this Think Link, and this is very famous. So creative, and Class Dojo is very, very famous among students group for online teaching education tool. Then Animato, again, it is widely used by kids, students. Then Storybird, most of the teachers, they will be using this particular online platform. Then comes EduClipper also widely used by most of the teachers, Now, then comes CK12, then Kahoot. See, in between the classes, right? If you want to run some quiz, if you want to tell some puzzles, so you can go for this Kahoot platform. It will be very interesting and interactive platform. Then comes a Projecto. So these are some of the popular digital education tools which the teachers can actually explore, or even students can easily explore whenever they find free time. Then these are some 5 tools, so mostly used by the teacher for online. I think Engrade, most of the teachers, you may be aware of it. And Moodle, widely it is used across the globe. We call it as one of the best LMS. LMS is nothing but learning management system. So they use this Moodle platform as one of the best learning management system. Then comes a Classroom 2.0. Classroom 2.0, another very interacting tool. And like YouTube, you have TeacherTube. So you can find more numbers of discussion. And at last, like in virtual mode, like in conventional teaching, in virtual mode also you have one tool called Blackboard. Through that you can learn more. Right. Now we are coming to the end of the session. I would like to tell the most popular online tools which is used. I think Zoom, everybody you know that. Now we are in this same Zoom platform. Then what is this? Google Classroom and Cisco WebEx. Christ University, we use Cisco WebEx and Google Classroom, even Moodle. This is another Google Meet, no? One of the widely used popular online tool. And this is nothing but what? Your Microsoft Team, right? This Microsoft Team is another popular online tool. I think your entire institutions, they'll be using this particular online tool, Microsoft Teams. Now coming to the point, and since you are not using online tools, so Google has given umpty number of online tools. So all are free of cost. Please go through this website. So I will share at the end of the discussion in chat box. Please explore this. So teach from anywhere. Teach from anywhere.google.intl.eng, international, right, tools, and it is given in the English language. Hence it is represented by the two letter EN. Okay, so please, I kindly request all of you, please go through this website and explore yourself to know more about this online tools. Now coming to the point, now there are 25 best features, right? Your teacher's platform, Microsoft Team. That is where you are going to study the entire semester, right? I wish you all the very best. Now we will see what are those 25 best features of Microsoft Team. So you can view this hyperlink and you will come to know, right? So what are the different 25 best features which is available in the Microsoft Team, right? Now we will see one by one. Yeah. So here, the first one is it is fully integrated with Office 365. See, you need not worry about how to connect, right? Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and even other applications of Microsoft. You need not worry. So all the entire Office 365, it is integrated with this Microsoft Team. And second one is uh, conversation channel. It has a beautiful, fantastic conversation channel. So here you can have group work. You can even store all attachments. Even you can share all collaborative real-time work. Even you can integrate all app of Microsoft. So that is a main advantage of this Microsoft Team online tool. And here, by being in Microsoft Team, not like in Cisco, see, or not like in Cisco or even Google Classroom, you can access email, you can access Skype, you can access your data, OneDrive, even you can access SharePoint. And so you can have a collaborative live and real time. Now, actually, normally, when you talk about online tool, all online tools are live in real time. This is one and the same. See, here you can easily collaborate with vendors, suppliers, and clients. If you have any meeting, that you can always do it. And see, this is very important. So here you have an automatic setup across the suite of this Microsoft Team. This is another amazing feature of this Microsoft Team. Now, other than the 6, you have another 19 more. So fast search for information. You can search in the same platform of Microsoft Team. So the moment when your teacher, when your professor is going to teach you, then you will understand how to do all those things in a hands-on. And you can organize easily all emails related to the topic. That is very important, right? So you can have a conversation thread like in your WhatsApp, like in your chat in Facebook, right? And here you can integrate all third-party applications very quickly. That is very important. So without any delay, it will integrate all third-party application into Microsoft Teams, and you have a very good cyber security. It is another added advantage. or a future of Microsoft Team, and you can get work quickly, right, through this slash commands. And like in WhatsApp, here also you have at feature. So these are another important features in which you are going to work for the next one complete semester. Then comes bots gallery. You have all automated bots gallery in Microsoft Team that automatically takes care of everything. And here you can integrate your Microsoft Team and your emails in Outlook. So it is another greater advantage of the future in your Microsoft Team. And you can easily manage all your app catalogs, right? So it is very, very interesting, to know. And you can easily team up new file experience, and you can record all your sessions, and you can store it in the cloud, or sometime you can store it in your computer, right? Then you can have a new Power BI tab for a newer team in the same platform. Then another main feature is benefits of using Teams over email. So here you can have attachments in all attachments in one place, and you can have non-forkable. It means the conversations cannot end up in different places, and you can cut down some of the email clogging in your inbox. That will save your time. And here it promotes teamwork, feedbacks, and you can have collaboration, like how do you have it in your Zoom app, or even what do you call Cisco WebEx app, right? So all features you have. Here, this is very important. Your Microsoft Team, it works on Android, even Windows platform, on Windows Phone, even iOS platform. So your Microsoft Team, that online tool, it works across all devices, either desktop, laptop, mobile, iPad, iPod, right? Okay, right, everywhere. And very important feature is security. So it helps protect your data with advanced security capabilities. That is very important. They have done enormous amount of R&D. So the Microsoft team has a very good security feature, and it has 42 regulations of compliances, and you can easily manage. So the manageability is very high in Microsoft team. Then comes, you can have different grid, So it is very interesting. So having a single grid, it will be always boring. So according to your mood, you can change the grid option. So any one of these 4 options, you can go and you can change your grid. Another new feature. Then here, it is very important. I would like to stress a little more upon. You have a standard channel and private channels. Now we are in standard channel. For example, in Zoom, we are in standard channel. You can easily privatize your entire channel of online platform of this Microsoft team. So based on your requirement. For example, if you are rolling out one international conference, so the setting for conference is different than setting up the classroom, online classes. For example, if you want to have a meeting with your client or meeting with your R&D people, that setting is different than online class setting and conference settings. So you can have different standards of channels in Microsoft Team. That is the main feature of this Microsoft Team. Then it is very important, if some of the features are not available, you can always pin the required app. That is the most feature, the most attractive feature from my concern, from my perspective, I would say. So they introduced app pinning features. For example, some app, if it is not available, you can always click this 3 button, and this icon will pop up, this window will pop up, and you can pin your app, whichever the app you would like to pin, that you can pin. So these are some of the main features of this Microsoft team. I hope you understood what do you mean by online teaching, and how this online teaching is going to help you for your higher education or your present education, and how the teacher of your particular institute will take you through the same Microsoft team platform. So everything we have discussed in detail. So I cannot continue more than 1 hour. So again, it will become fatigue for you people. So by considering these factors, I'm going to end with this slide for today's webinar session on online teaching learning. And if you have any queries, You can always come in chat box or you can ask me. So I am ready to answer your queries. So thank you very much. So I wish you all a happy learning. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, there are few questions.
Yes, madam. Yeah.
Uh, First question is how to collect unique assignments and online examinations in virtual platform in order to avoid mass copying from the students.
Yes, madam. Yeah. So the question is very general and it is very important, very interesting question. Here you have different types of plagiarism softwares. For example, Urkund is one type of software, and another one is Turnitin. Turnitin is another highly sophisticated, highly precise software to check the plagiarism, right? And I said, some of the online tool, for example, Moodle, one type of LMS, learning management system. So in that, you can retrieve all assignments in online. Students, they need not upload the assignments to your email or even Google Classroom, not required. They can upload all assignments in Moodle. For example, there are 50 students in your class, 50. And who submits first? Who copied from whom? What is the amount of copying? What is the plagiarism? Where he copied? All things will be given by the particular plagiarism software. Provided that particular Urkund or Turnitin, if it is plugged in into the Moodle access. So this can be easily done by means of implementing plagiarism softwares.
Okay. Okay. Another question, sir.
Yeah,
How
please.
to avoid proxy from the students, sir? How to avoid? Because since they will be in muted and video will be going to be muted, so how we can avoid the proxy from the students?
Here, yeah. So you can easily avoid proxy by rolling out a quiz in between the session. For example, I teach one particular course between 9 and 10. So I won't teach for 1 hour. I will teach only for 30 minutes. So after 15 minutes, you can roll out one quiz, right? There is one what you call web portal called Kahoot. So you can roll out one question. What is the reason for this? Right? Or you can even roll out a poll like a quiz, right? Poll means like a quiz. So the moment when you roll out a poll and you wait for 2 minutes, who all are giving the answers, everything is recorded in your screen. For example, out of 50 students, if you receive only 45 answer or reply, then only those 45 students are active in your class. Remaining 5 students, they have given proxy. This is one type. And second one is artificial intelligence. So we, Christ University, we use Cisco WebEx. In Cisco WebEx, if some students are not active, it gives you an indication the following logins are not active for last 10 minutes. So that indication will be given by the web browser, right? That kind of artificial intelligence system has already it is in place. So you can easily catch up the student who gives the proxy. And third one, you can ask the students, you can always change your setting. For example, you have institution email ID. Institution email ID. Please allow only institution email ID to join the class. For example, students should not use any Gmail, Ymail, Yahoo Mail, or any mail ID. So, by setting this kind of what you call restriction, you can very well avoid proxy. Or otherwise, what happens, in the name of Ramu, somebody will create one email ID, he will join, and he will rename his name as Ramu, and he will give attendance. But actually, he is not the student. He might be his parents, or he might be his brother, or somebody else. So hence, always please change your setting in the platform. It is available in even Microsoft Teams, even Cisco WebEx, even Google Classroom, even Google Meet, even Zoom. That facility is available. So please change your setting to allow the participants to attend your class.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Another question is, any copyrights are available for creative study material, video
Yes,
or
madam.
any animations?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, so any video or any animation, it is your brainchild, you know. So once if you have your own content, e-content, for example, the PPT which I have prepared, no, it is not a copyright one because I have collected information from different resources. I have given due courtesy in each slide. Okay, so hence this is not a copyright one. Now, for example, if you have created your own e-content and you can always get IP rights, intellectual property rights, it is always feasible.
Okay. Another question, sir. Last question.
Yeah, please,
Uh, si-
please. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay. Since there is no any proper rubrics from the university for the colleges for online teaching and learning, how to assess the students for outcome based education, if it is a
Yeah.
similar type of assessment
Yes,
is
yes, yeah,
not
yeah.
given by this
Yes.
all the teachers? Okay.
It is very simple, madam. See, I think your Rajarajeshwari also, they got NBA. So the National Board of Accreditation, what it says, all OBE, outcome based education, right? So here in online teaching also, so initially I said no. So before start of any class, either it is 35 minutes or 45 minutes or even 1 hour, you should tell, the teacher must tell what are the topics we are going to cover in this particular 1 hour or 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and what are the outcome of this particular discussion. It must be very specifically told or described by the teacher. So how do you make sure whether the students are got this all outcome? By receiving the assignment through asynchronous mode. For example, if I'm going to teach one concept, thermodynamics law. So first law of thermodynamics. So my objective is at the end of my session, students will understand first law of thermodynamics. Right. This is my statement in OBE. Now, so how will I make sure whether all my students understood the first law of thermodynamics? Means I can roll out one assignment or case study or one problem at the end of my synchronous learning, right? Like a asynchronous mode. Then, so I will share some material. I will share some video. I will share some PDF. I will share some PPT. The student has to watch the video, read the material, understand the PPT, and they have to answer my question. Then they will submit it to me. And after upon submission, I will go through the answer. From the answer, I will understand whether students they have followed my instruction or not. Is it clear, madam? So this is how we can easily make sure the students they have learned or followed or understood our concept.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for answering all the queries.
Now, welcome, madam.
uh, okay. The session was very knowledgeable and it is very informative, sir. Before concluding the session, I take the privilege to thank our resource person, Dr. Pal Pandian, for enlightening us on various methodologies for making online teaching more effective. Thanks a lot for joining us for many more times, sir.
Yeah,
And we
thank you,
expect
madam.
this,
Thank you very much. Yeah.
and we expect same cooperation in future also, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. I wish all the participants, especially the student community, all the very best for your colorful, successful online teaching learning process for next one semester. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. And
Yes,
also,
madam.
I would like to thank all the participants and the staff coordinator for making the event as a grand success. Thank you all. Thank you, sir. Thanks, everyone. The feedback link will be shared shortly. Kindly submit the feedback. As soon as you're going to fill the feedback, you're going to get the e-certificate. Kindly fill the feedback without fail. It will be shared shortly.